Yeah, so I think we are live. Hello guys. So welcome to today's video. Last 2 days now, less than 2 days now, less than 48 hours left for the exam. And so I think it was today's video. Last 2 days now, we are live. So I think it was time that we met. And first of all, congratulations for sticking to this NEET PG. Again, like previous years, this NEET PG has also stood the test of time of being postponed. Nevertheless, for a good reason. I'm glad that the exam is in a single shift, and that is the one good takeaway from this postponement, right? So, what we'll do is we three of us, Dr. Ranjit, Dr. Santhosh, and myself, will first brief you about the normal exam patterns and what from as a topper and as faculties, what I think should your next 2 days look like, what mistake you should not do in these 2 days, right? And then we'll take your questions from the live chat. Does that sound fine? Hello, Javier. Hello, sir. Dr. Ranjit, Dr. Santosh, sir, anything from your end, sir?
Okay, Javed says Saji is very toxic. Javed, congrats first of all. You've gone through the hurdle and gone into residency. Hopefully that things gets all right very soon. So anyone who's going to sit for the exam in a couple of days, first and the foremost thing, no questions, no GTs for the next 2 days, right? You must have had made some tiny notes or scribble something. Just look at that. If that also is a bit heavy, eat sleep, because if you can't do something in a year, you will not be able to do anything in 2 days, right? That's only is going to add to the tension. So relax, make sure you sleep on time. Maybe after the session, sleep today. Same way, sleep at 9 if possible tomorrow. Same way, sleep at 9 if possible the day after as well, right? So that makes your mind clear, and I'm sure you'll perform for what you've studied for the past 6 to 8 months. You've done a good job. We should not goof up in the final 2 days, right? Santosh, what's your take on that?
So if students want to revise something, I would say only revise the facts. Don't try to revise anything conceptual. It can mess up your mind pretty bad. So there are some volatile facts. If you want to revise them, if you have time and you have the mindset to do that, you can. Otherwise, as you said, eat, sleep, get into the examination hall with a positive mindset. That's it.
So what I'll do is that I'll share my screen, and maybe we can go through a little bit of. Oh, my screen is not visible. Wait, I'll have to. Wait.
Zoom video.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So my screen is visible, guys. Yeah. Okay. So finally, NEET PG is on 3rd August. Today is 1st August. Just less than 48 hours to go. And so it is your day. It is the day that you have been waiting for. And just be glad that this will get over by now. ठीक है, बहुत ज़्यादा लंबा खींच गया. It was scheduled to happen on 15th June, but for whatever reason, it has gotten postponed now. But finally, अब ये खत्म हो जाएगा. And you can carry on with your normal stuff. किसी को कोई ट्रिप पे जाना था, किसी की शादी थी घर पे, you can carry on with your normal stuff, right? So this is gonna be one of the many exams that you're gonna give in your life, right? And as a medico, you have already given NEET UG, so you are sort of prepared on how to give an exam, right? And believe me, there will be many more exams that you will give. So take it as just another exam. Don't make it your life. Don't make it as an exam which decides your future course, which decides the rest 60 years of your life. It is not going to do that. It is just another exam which might help you perform better in life, it might not. So just take it as another exam. That is very, very important. Now, what should be done on exam day? So first of all, a lot of you have messaged me that your center is like 500 kilometers away or 1000 kilometers away. So first of all, by now, I'm sure you must have arranged transport. And let's say if you're living in a big city like Delhi or Chennai, Bangalore, Hyderabad, so maybe your center is in the outskirts, 25 to 30 or 40 kilometers away. So it's a good idea that you stay near the exam center on the exam day, right? So a lot of people book hotels near the exam center because a lot of things can go wrong. There can be बहुत ज़्यादा rain हो सकती है. It's August, right? So there can be heavy rains and there can be huge traffic jams. Maybe in the morning hours, especially a lot of centers are in the periphery, which have very narrow roads. They can get jammed, right? So prepare well in advance. If it's far from your home, even in the same city, try to book a closer hotel so that your least time is spent on reaching the exam center, right? Now, on the day of the exam, you have to wake up early. The exam is at 9:30, so the last entry will be at 8:30, and the gates will open at 7:30, right? So I'm sure you'll wake around 6 to 6:30, depending on how far your center is. So prepare for that a day before. So prepare these things on 2nd August. So on 2nd August, wake up early. Okay, simulate the exam scenario. No caffeine on 2nd August, right? Today maybe you can have some caffeine, you are reading something, but tomorrow don't take caffeine, otherwise you'll be energized and रात को नींद नहीं आएगी फिर. So no caffeine tomorrow. Don't take any new drugs. So a lot of students, including myself, I couldn't sleep before the exam day, right? I remember I slept at around 1 o'clock, but you have to lie on the bed at 10 because the adrenaline rush is so high, it will not let you sleep. So many things will go on in your mind कि ये छूट गया, ये छूट गया, अच्छा इसका क्या था, एक बार बुक खोल के देख लेता हूँ, पता नहीं क्या होगा, कैसे होगा. A lot of things will go in your mind, but you have to sleep by 10 p.m. ठीक है, शट कर दो, दिस इज इट. मे बी अगर कुछ दोबारा पढ़ना होगा सुबह 6 बजे उठ के फटाफट फ्लिप कर लूंगा, बट 10 p.m. के बाद मत जगना, बिकॉज देन देर इज नो एंड, यू एंड अप स्लीपिंग एट 2, विच इज कैटास्ट्रॉफिक. ठीक है. Now, what to read on
There
2nd
are
August?
few students who ask questions as well. Like Gayatri is like, what to do? The aftermath of the exam is scaring me now. Gayatri, I think if we want to discuss about what is going to happen, you're going to lose what you have to do now, right? So we have to make sure that I know it, you cannot stop it, but maybe divert your mind to something else important, or talk to your friends, talk to your parents. Let's get diverted. Whenever you feel scared, what is going to happen? Talk to someone. So you're kind of you get distracted or distracted productively by doing something. If you have any hobby, take care of that, right? Rishabh, and there's a question for you from Dr. Sharma. Everyone is telling me to take another GT now. For how to do that for cognitive restructuring?
You can't. I mean,
This also should fit into it.
you can't take it as a GT. It's easy for people to say that you take it as a GT, but you can't. Like, you've prepared for it for maybe a year, maybe more than a year, and it is a very anxious feeling to appear for this exam, especially because now you are at the middle path of a medical. So you have done with your MBBS, and now you want to subspecialize, and that significantly increases your career prospects, both financially, both in terms of practice, right? So it is an important exam for you. So you can't take it as a GT. You will not be able to take it as a GT. So ऐसा समझो कि कोई बात नहीं, जैसा भी होगा ये एग्जाम, ये बस हो जाएगा. जीटी के लिए तो फिर भी डर लगता है ना कि भाई जीटी का स्कोर 140 से कम आ गया तो पता नहीं क्या होगा. इस एग्जाम में हमें इस तरह से जाना है कि एग्जाम खत्म करने जिस टाइम, लेट्स से 12:30 पे एग्जाम खत्म हुआ, सो 2 o'clock यू बुक अ मूवी. सो F1 आ रही है अभी. F1 बहुत अच्छी मूवी है. यू कैन मे बी वॉच F1. इफ समवन वांट टू वॉच सैयारा, दे कैन वॉच दैट मूवी ऑल्सो. बट this you have to take a hard reset after the exam, that this exam has fucked up my mind, and now I want to declutter myself, unfuck myself, right? So just take it as a thing that 2 p.m. I'm gonna do something which is radically different from whatever I've been doing.
I think there are a few more questions from Dugu and Amrita. Most of the similar lines. I'm forgetting things what I studied. I feel like I forgot everything and not able to study. Santhosh, what is your take on that? Like, what to see? This is something which is very common. All of us have given exams, and I'm sure, like before any exam, you try sit there and say, "I will recap." Even during our MD exams, no, let's recap medicine. You must have worked in 3 years for medicine department, but still you can't recollect anything. So how to handle this?
So first of all, I think we have to trust our preparation, because it's my own experience. Before the exam, I feel like I've literally forgotten everything. But somehow, when questions start unfolding, my brain starts presenting answers on a platter. So we cannot underestimate the power of our own brain. It's just our anxiety which is making us forget things. So if you've done, you've studied, understood the concepts, and revised reasonably, it will hold your hands in the examination hall. So don't bother about forgetting things now. Just get into the examination hall with a calm mindset, and hopefully the answers will start unfolding by themselves. That's my take.
See, I want to just add one more thing from what Santosh said. It's very true. Remember that you are not writing a theory exam. You need not write from classification to the side effects to pathogenesis, right? It's like you must have definitely felt this sometime in your life. I know the lyrics of the song, but I cannot start it unless there's a music on. The same thing happens here. You know it. The music is your question. Question will trigger everything, and automatically you'll be able to recollect things and you'll be able to present, right? So you don't know lyrics of a song till the music is played. That's the same things happening here. Nothing to worry. I'm sure you'll do well, right?
Yeah. So one more thing that I want to add, that it is a very natural feeling that you are forgetting. And I remember this because I have had this feeling since my eighth class, right? So before any exam, be it in a school exam, I had this feeling in board exam, I had this feeling in 12th board, again in AIPMT. So this feeling will remain in every exam because medical exams are meant to make you feel that way. Nobody can remember so much stuff. Okay? It's humanly impossible. So your best bet is that amongst the four options that there are in the exam, you are able to rule out the options. ठीक है, आप ये मत एक्सपेक्ट करो कि मुझे ऑप्शन देके सही आंसर पता होगा. आप ये एक्सपेक्टेशन के साथ जाओ कि मैं गलत आंसर रूल आउट कर लूंगा. एंड दैट इज द बेस्ट बेट, बिलीव मी, बिकॉज आउट ऑफ दीज 200 क्वेश्चंस, 100 to 120 questions or 100 questions, you will say कि अच्छा ये पता है मुझे, ये पता है. But next 50 questions, and these 50 questions will decide your rank, right? These 50 questions will have to be done by ruling out. So your best bet is to believe that मैं क्या instinct मुझे गलत लगा रही है, and पूरी preparation ही इस instinct को reinforce करने में होती है. ठीक है, आपको ऐसा लगेगा कि यार एग्जाम में डायरेक्ट क्वेश्चन नहीं है जो मैंने पढ़ा, बट इंस्टिंक्ट इस तरह से अप्लाई हो रही है कि आई एम एबल टू रूल आउट ऑप्शंस. ठीक है, वो बोलते हैं ना कि अगर किसी चीज को दिल से चाहो तो पूरी कायनात उसको आपको दिलाने में लग जाती है. सो वही होता है कि आप जब ऑप्शन देखते हो, यू आर एबल टू रूल आउट ऑप्शंस, एंड दैट इज योर बेस्ट बेट, राइट? Okay, so I'll continue with a little bit what I have to say, and then maybe we can take some more questions. Now, what to read? A lot of students are asking what to read in these last 2 days. So frankly, whatever you want. And it's a very personal choice on what to read just a day before the exam. So what I did was that I had anesthesia left. I had ophtha left. So I read ophtha and anesthesia because वो बच गए थे मेरे सब्जेक्ट, मैंने नहीं रिवाइज किए थे उनको. So उनके नोट्स बने हुए थे. आई न्यू कि जल्दी से हो जाएंगे 4-5 hours per subject. So I revised them. But if you have already revised stuff and you want to just skim through some important stuff, so these are the forgetful stuff. So BNS sections, new drugs in pharma, classification systems in surgery, in medicine, again triads in pathology, medicine, स्कोरिंग सिस्टम्स इन मेडिसिन, देन फॉर्मूलेज. बहुत जगह पूछते हैं. आप पैथ में पूछते हैं, सॉरी फार्मा में पूछते हैं, फिजियो में पूछते हैं, PSM में योर आस्क फॉर्मूलेज, राइट? So these are things maybe you can skim through, but remember in these last 2 days, no active recall. ठीक है, only eyeballing. Eyeballing will work because now you just want to skim through stuff ताकि recall is good in the exam. Now 3rd August की morning में, do you need to read something? Again, it's up to you. Frankly, I read just developmental milestone because I used to mess them up very frequently, and they were something that no matter how much I read, I used to forget them. So I personally read developmental milestones. It's up to you what you want to read. Now, exam day, exam hall strategy is very, very important. And time management in the exam is the key. Okay? So next 5 minutes, whatever I'll speak, listen to it very, very carefully. Now you have exam of 200 questions to be done in 210 minutes. And it's gonna come in 5 blocks. So each block will have 40 questions to be done in 42 minutes. And then the block will reset, new block will appear. Correct? So try to do 40 questions in 36 minutes and keep the remaining 6 minutes for review. Now what this will do is that it will make sure that you are not leaving any question unattended. And that is a blunder. Leaving a question unattended in any set is a blunder. So सबसे पहले हमें वो नहीं करना है. So how do you track these 40 questions, 36 minutes? Divide them in 4. So by the time you reach 10th question, you should be at 9 minutes and so on. So 20th question, 18 minutes, 30th question, 27 minutes and so on. So this will make sure that you are right on time. Now, few of the questions will be long, few of the questions will have image based. They will take more time. So, sir, usko kaise kam kare? So, remember for image based questions, you will first look at the option, then the image, and then the question. So this will help you assess कि अच्छा image में दे क्या रखा है. By looking at the options, you'll be able to interpret the image in a way which gives you an answer. And then you look at the question and look for the buzzwords. Okay, so that will save you some time in image-based question. Similarly, for long stem questions, how do you go about? Again, for long stem questions, read the last line, then read the options, and then read the question. Okay, so last line will tell you, okay, this is what he's asking. Maybe it's a whole clinical scenario, but he's now asking you the pathology or what will you get on histopath or FNAC. So you now want to look at the pathology in your mind, look at the options. Let's say last year, एक medicine का question था कि there was a case of green bud nodules, pleural effusion tha, they did a tap, ADA was negative, and they had asked what will you see on FNAC of the lymph node. So it was all pathology options. And if you look at the pathology options, the last line, and then look at the question, it will be much easier for you to answer these long stem questions, and it will also save you some time. Now, for numerical questions, what I used to do that I used to solve them together with the rest of the questions, but some students prefer solving numerical questions towards the end. Okay, they directly mark these questions for review or maybe leave them unattended. That is also fine. It is totally up to you. I used to mark them while I was doing the whole paper because when I'm solving the whole question paper, I'm in a flow. I don't want to break that flow. It is totally up to you. Now, there will be a lot of fact-based questions. Believe me, कोई कितना भी बोल दे clinical, around 30 to 40 questions will be pure fact based questions. ठीक है, and amongst these around 10 to 15 questions will be new fact based questions जिनमें you will have to guess. अब आप बोलोगे सर हाफ लाइफ ऑफ लेट्रोजोल पूछ लिया तो इसमें मैं क्या guess करूं? So if you have reached for a fact based question, remember if you have reached this 185 mark and preferably a 190 attempt mark, and you don't know the answer to that fact-based question, leave it. But if this target is not met, and it's a pure fact-based question, then just go with your gut feeling and don't change the answer while reviewing. Okay? Because मतलब आई बिलीव इन दिस गट फीलिंग ना कि सबकॉन्शियस में ना आपको समहाउ पता होता है कि क्या आंसर है. यू कांट एक्सप्लेन इट, देयर इज नो लॉजिक टू इट, बट दैट्स द बेस्ट बेट टू आंसर एनी फैक्ट बेस्ड क्वेश्चन. So remember, 185 is the minimum number of questions you should attempt. Ideally, more than 190 questions you should attempt. Okay, so that is all from my side. Now, if there are any more questions, I'll be happy to take them. Anything you want to add, Santosh sir?
There's
So I
a question from a student as well, Santhosh. Like, I'm too scared about the insane amount of competition this year. It was not much last year. What's your take on that?
Okay, well, so competition is bound to increase. There is no other escape. I mean, literally, there's no escape. We are in the game. We have to play the game. So just get into the examination hall with the knowledge and the confidence you have, and trust the process. You will do well, hopefully.
Dr. Esam, and just to add on to that, you require only one seat, right? It doesn't matter if 1 lakh people is giving, 2 lakh people are giving, or 2 people are giving, right? You require one seat, and let's focus on that. So that, see, it's a false booster to fool your brain. That's all. That's not the reality. But to say, okay, I want only one seat and I'll get it. Let's go with that. That's all, Dr. Esam. Don't worry. Smithi's Shamili says that I'm feeling exhausted. What if I fail? Rishabh, you want to take that?
So you're exhausted. What if you fail? But what if you pass? Right? That is also an equal probability, right?
And it has equal probability, to be honest.
Yeah, it's
So
exactly
we are
50%,
very good.
right? So that's why I'm saying take it just as a exam जो कि हमें देना है. Last 7 days I have also made a video and उसमें भी I just told this कि these last 7 days don't think about the result, because if you think about the result ना then it will be very overwhelming. These last few days कर्म करो फल की चिंता मत करो. It's a very very true saying for these last 7 days. In fact, what I did that in the last 7 days, my father was with me. I used to wake up at 9. I used to sleep at 11. I just used to study, eat, lie down, relax, study, eat, lie down, relax. That's it. Without thinking anything. Be a robot. Just get on with these remaining 2 days. ठीक है, उसके बाद बस मूवी देख के आनी है हमें.
Rishabh, so I have a strategy related query that many students might benefit.
Yes,
Because
sir.
most of the times we say that if you're hitting 190 plus attempts, then don't take a bet on those factual questions which you literally don't know anything. But now that the exam is divided into blocks, so we need to re-strategize for blocks because they will get to know whether they are reaching 190 or not towards the end of the exam once we complete all the blocks. So probably they need to have a strategy for each block, like how many, if I have hit like out of 40, let us say if I have done 35, then maybe I can skip taking a chance on those factual questions which I know nothing about. So what should be that number for
But
each?
37 to 38
Okay.
per set, because again 190s we have 5 blocks, so we have just a error of 2 questions per block, right? So 37 to 38, maybe in some blocks 37, 3 into 5 is 15, right? So 185 you'll hit, and maybe in some blocks, if 36 you're hitting, then in some other blocks you might have to hit 39 or 38, right? So that is something that you should take care. Out of 40 questions, 37 to 38 questions you should attempt.
I second that.
How to avoid sleep as the center is how to avoid sleep as the center is far, need to wake up early and go. Just what if, how to avoid? Uh, I mean, don't go to the center without sleeping. I mean, if you want to wake up at, let's say 4, if you have to wake up at 4 or maybe 3, maybe sleep at 8 or 9, man, but uh, don't go without any sleep. I'm thinking like I'm giving another grand test to calm my nerves. It is helping me. हाँ, बस just take it. Whatever calms you down. ठीक है? जो बस आपको whatever calms you down, that is fine.
It's there's no right or wrong. It's
Yeah, yeah.
personalized. So if it helps you, great. Want to see a mega serial before the day of the exam? Go ahead and do it. Right. So whatever calms you down, please do it, and don't worry about anything else. Go ahead, and it's time like in next half an hour to 1 hour, you should be hitting the bed. Close everything. Keep the mobile phone outside. Sleep will automatically come. That's the only distractor. Javed, it's fine to have a very big revision PDF or pages of whatever you have. It's okay. If you can, like what Rishabh said, highlight the important facts, formulas, the BNS, the numbers. Just go through that alone quickly in the past couple of days, and not to worry much about rest of them. It doesn't matter. In 2 days, you can't do miracles. You're done good. If you compile to 600 pages, you've done a really good job in the entire year. That should definitely help you. Black Shadow is a question of should we do a PYQ videos till exams? Will it be helpful? What's your take, Santhosh?
So like spending time on videos is quite time consuming process. Instead, if you want to concentrate on PYQs, I would rather say just read the explanations of the previous year questions if you have time. That will give you some 1 or 2 marks extra over your whatever preparation you have done. But I wouldn't personally recommend watching the videos because it will take a lot of time.
Okay, Medicos asked a question like I've not done short subjects. Rishabh, what do you suggest him? What should he do now?
Any short subject, have you not done any short subject? Like if not done any short subject,
Thoroughly. I don't know what he means by that. So take it as like maybe one revision done or one reading done.
yeah, so if you have like done one reading or one revision and your remaining short subjects are or your short subjects are remaining, maybe a good idea is to, let's say, watch the TND videos of short subjects, or TND video of or maybe what the NEET PG marathon. So in short subjects, we have covered the NEET PG marathon short subjects in 2. Spend today 2 or 3 hours or 4 hours today, and tomorrow 6 to 8 hours, you'll cover the short subjects completely. And if you want to know which short subjects you can skip, so I think like anesthesia, maybe you can skip if you want, because few questions come. But again, I would say that don't skip any subject if it's possible.
Abhilash, you say that you had a fingerprint issue in FMG exam earlier, and now afraid it might same thing might happen. Abhilash, still you cleared the FMG exam, you are coming and writing the NEET PG exam. So let's look at the positive now. It had happened, unfortunately, once. We hope that it won't repeat. And even if it repeats, you cleared the exam. So hopefully you'll, maybe that's your lucky charm. You'll clear the exam this time also in flying colors.
So Indrashish is asking, this is my running year with internship and in GTs getting 100 correct, feeling anxious. So, sir, what would you suggest, Ranjit sir? What advice would you give him?
Uh, See, Indresh, is like if you are in your internship year and you're getting 100 correct, that's not something bad to start with, right? So, uh, again, not to lose hope or not to pull you down, give it with the best of shot, because I always feel that the intern who has done their entire 12 months properly, mindfully observing things, that's the clinical scenario based question. That's all. So that's what you do in day-to-day life. You look at the lab reports, you look at the radiology findings, and you give a diagnosis, or you give a treatment, or you give a treatment for the complications, right? So that's what actually the NEET PG exam is. Imagine that you are in a hospital duty and there are 300 patients coming, 200 patients coming in, walking in, and solve them. And hopefully that will make the bump of maybe 100 to a very desirable score. Think like that and go ahead. Nothing to lose. Go ahead and win the game. Rishabh,
And
budding doctor's question
yeah,
on the left, OBG, what to do with it?
yeah, so again, I would say that if you are thinking of revising OBG from main notes, I think it won't be possible in a day. If your revision notes are such that you will be able to revise OBS from your revision notes in a day, okay, well and good. But again, I know that few of the revision notes are pretty bulky for some institutes, right? So again, it's your call. It depends on how many times you have read those notes, how comfortable you are, and if you think you will be able to revise them in a day, please do that, because obs and gynae is a very important obs and gynae, and obstetrics alone will have around 15 to 16 questions from obstetrics. So if you haven't, please do that. Time again, I would say that NEET PG marathon, we have covered entire obs and gynae in 6 hours, right? So again, that will save you a lot of time. It's up to you.
Santosh, there's a question from Gaurav, Dr. Gaurav, saying that I feel messed up with my prep because my last GT had only 100% correct. Feeling a FOMO that people have crossed the PG or doing PG.
So two things are there. So first, one GT bad score does not define your preparation. And at the same time, GT should not be taken very seriously before the exam. It should be taken seriously when you are giving the GT. Now forget the score, just get into the examination hall and give your best. Second, comparing with the peers is not how we should deal with life, not just the exam. So because everyone has their own journey, own path, and own destination. So ignore what your peers are doing. They may be doing PG, but you may excel over them even if you are starting a little late, or even if you're reaching your destination a little late. So ignore your peers. For now, ignore your GT score also. Just keep in mind that you have an exam to face, and whatever you can do in the remaining time, whatever things you want to revise, whatever things you feel they're volatile for you, just revise them and get into the examination hall. Beyond that, I don't think there's anything that will add value to him as of now.
Rekha, the safe number of questions, Dr. Rishabh already has said that keep it anything above 195, maybe 185 to above 190 would be a good one. Again, might slightly vary based on the difficulty of the paper, and that you will be the only person to judge when you give the exam.
Yeah, so a good idea to judge the difficulty is that, if in all the blocks you're not able to score more than out of 40, maybe out of 40 questions, if in 20 questions you have to guess, and like it's a very hard guess कि भाई एक ही option rule out हो पा रहा है, then it's a tough paper. ठीक है, then it's a tough paper. And in a tough paper, believe me, 185, even 180 to 185 corrects is good enough, right? So per block that would come around what, 36 questions per block. So again, that you have to judge during the exam.
So Rekha Singh has commented saying she gets around 120 correct in GTA with plus or minus 5 to 8 here and there. So what do you suggest for her?
Because same way what Santosh said, talking about GT now is not the ideal thing to do. So maybe what maximum you can do now is take your weaker points, weaker subjects, go to the marathon of your worst subjects in your GT. Maybe try to redo it for the next 2 days, and let's say that it becomes better. And if your GT has lots of silly mistakes, please relax, because quite a few of the students don't read the question completely and lose a chunk of them, like 10-20 questions. If you lose on that, the only thing you have to do is calm down your nerves, eat properly, sleep properly, and keep this thing like this. I always used to say to students, like, if you are having lots of silly mistakes, first 10 seconds in the timer, don't write anything, because you can easily read the entire question at least once or twice in the 10 seconds. So you'll not miss all except. You'll read all the 4 options. That might come down, right? It's based on your analysis. If there are big subjects you're weak, go to the marathon for the next 2 days. If not, just be relaxed, stay calm. Hopefully you'll do well. Okay. So, guys, I think we'll wrap it up now. All the very best from our side. You'll do well, and hopefully, your parents' prayers and all your friends' support, everything what you have burnt in the last 6-8 months, the minute all will definitely help you, right? We always say it's an exam of luck, but always luck favors the mighty.
So that's all from our side. All the very best, guys. And again, we'll meet you tomorrow. If you are in the mood, please do attend the recall session. If you're not in the mood, you want to enjoy, that's fine by us also. Again, August 3rd is your day. Do whatever you want, right? You have earned it. And from all the faculties of PW Med, we wish you all the very best for the upcoming exam.
All the best, guys, and trust the process. And our prayers are with you. So take our prayers and your confidence into the examination hall, and hopefully you will come out more confident.
All the
Bye.
best. Thank you. Bye bye.
Good night, guys. Bye bye.